It's kind of amazing how fast kids grow up. My oldest son is 20 now. Kids of his age, right? Oh, you're graduating from high school? A couple of years ago, right? That was all the talk. Graduating from high school? What are you doing after high school? A lot of kids will say, "Well, I'm going to college." And then the next question is always, "What are you going to college for?" And the usual answer is, "Well, right now I'm going to just get my generals. I haven't really picked a major yet." Which is decent answer. The kid's 18. He doesn't know what he wants to do with the rest of his life. Going to get your generals, meaning your maths, your Englishes, your the general classes that everybody has to kind of take, and maybe you take a few ancillary. And along the way, though, you hope before the end of the 4 years of schooling is up that that young person has picked a major. They found something that lights them up with passion. They found something that they want to do for the rest of their life. You hope they don't just graduate with a general kind of degree. Some people do, and it works for them. As a coach, have you graduated out of your general stage yet? You see, when we start coaching, we too go through a period of time where we're kind of figuring out stuff using our generals. We're using the tools that we have accumulated through certifications, trainings, life, and we're utilizing those tools in our coaching. And we're kind of like, well, I help people set goals and with accountability. Awesome. A lot of people need goals and accountability. Those are the generals. Have you found and discovered your major, if you will, or what I call your unique body of work? Because as a coach, I do believe that if you're in the coaching industry long enough, there is work that only you can do because of your endotype formula, because of your life skills, because of your certifications and the tools that you put in your toolbox. You have things that make up, that start to open up and develop and grow into your unique body of work. Again, it's a lot like any trade when you start into carpentry. You're just low man on the totem pole, kind of the grunt. You're doing whatever they tell you to do. And you're starting to pick things up along the way. And you're starting your tool collection along the way. And over the years, you might decide, you know what? I don't really like framing. The thing that I really like is trim work. It works with my precise nature. I can totally, every time I go into a building, I'm looking at trim work and going, oh, that one wasn't taken. That corner is not quite, could have been better. And so as you progress, let's go again with carpentry, the more specialty, the better you get at that specialty. And usually, the more money you're going to make. Because a general carpenter, builder, not is going to get paid differently than a trim specialist gets paid. Because you're not able to do the same things. For you, what makes up your unique body of work? Well, we talked last week about your coaching zone of genius that's made up of those three different elements. Your coaching superpowers based on your endotype formula, the tools that you put in your toolbox because of life certifications, and also the life experience you've lived. Likely, if you're not a mom, you're not going to be coaching moms on their parenting. Although you may have some really unique, special experience that allows for you to do so. But not just because, oh, you know what, I wish moms would do better. And I got that certification, so now I'm going to coach moms. Likewise, there's a whole lot of people out there that are talking about coaching executives and coaching small business owners or coaching career coaching or coaching high achievers. Why do you think you're qualified to do that? Now, that is not me asking from a judgmental place. That's me asking from a sincerely curious point of view. Why are you uniquely qualified to do the work that you're doing? Some of you right now are going, I don't really know that I found my unique body of work yet. Cool. You are in a 100% awesome position to be able to start finding that unique body of work, to be able to start unwrapping and figuring out what makes you unique and your work unique. What clients have you most enjoyed working with? What are the commonalities? What were the things that those clients had in common? Did they have a common problem? Did they have a common personality type? What work lights you up? Where you're like, I am so glad I get to do this today. I was at a networking meeting earlier today, and one of the coaches that's there is now also helping with marketing. She's helping with all the elemental strategies that go with it. But you know what? She started off as a healthy food blogger, an intuitive eating coach, then a social media done for you coach. And what she's found, it's developed. And what she saw was, well, I liked doing that and I could do the done for you. But even when I was doing the done for you, she said, I still wanted to know, okay, if we're putting all this social media out, what's your lead generator? What's your email? What's the back end? How are you capturing these leads? If you got 10 new leads off social media today because of a post that we put together, what are you going to do with them? See, figuring all that out, that lit her up. Unique body of work. What do you get to do in your business that feels like play? It is so much fun. Glad you asked. For me, it is helping coaches discover their unique body of work. When I start working with a client on my mid-tier and upper-tier products, one of the things that we get to do is we get to do this big deep dive meeting. Because here's what I find. A lot of the coaches that I end up working with, they kind of have a sneaky suspicion, an inkling about their unique body of work. They have a little something that's kind of percolating inside of them. When that percolation has finally created enough effervescence that it needs to be let out, they usually come to me and they say, oh, I think I want to work on my marketing. And so I say, I need to know all the moving parts. Because what I discovered over time was I'd be working with somebody on, okay, we're going to put together a unique coaching offer. And they'd say, well, yeah. Well, it's kind of like that book that I've been working on. I don't know about a book you've been working on. This is the first time oh, well, yeah, there's this book. And then they'd say, well, and I have that workshop scheduled in 3 months. I don't know about the workshop in 3 months. Well, yeah. And then, well, my vlog that I do. No, I don't know about the vlog that you do. So the first thing that I get to do is sit down because what it feels like to the coaches that I work with is that all these components are disconnected, right? Go back to the college. Well, I took English and I took math. I took this psychology class, right? They're all separate. Oh, but wait, they're starting to come together. And that's my specialty. When I get to ask enough questions, when you give me enough answers, when you keep talking about the work that you do, and you're giving me all the information, all of a sudden, boop, 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 there it is. There's the path. There's how they all work together. There's where the strategy is. There's where they build each other up. There's where you get to grow and expand. There's where your brand comes from. There's where all the marketing content comes from. Can you see it? Most of the time, I can see it way before my clients can. And then as we start building the brand and the marketing and the messaging, they go, oh, I see it now. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Here's where all the pieces come together, and you have a unique body of work. It's so exciting for me to get to watch that happen for the coaches that I get to work with. And then to see it not only, right, discovered and but to see it then delivered into the world through marketing, through whether it's speaking or networking, social media, to watch that body of work go do what it's here to do, which is change the lives of your clients. You also have a unique body of work. Do you know what it is? This is one of those times. Here's one of the things that you don't know about podcasts is that it gets a little lonely on this side of the camera. This is one of those times where I would love to have feedback from the audience. I would love for all of you who watch this regularly, who listen to this regularly, to go, heck yeah, I know what it is. Or, oh, I'm close to figuring it out. Or, you know what, I think I'm still a generalist. I would love to have some of that feedback. So drop me a note in social media, drop me an email, make a comment on the video, whatever it is, wherever you're watching, let me know. Do you know your unique body of work? Now, here's the second question. If you're pretty close, or yeah, I do, are you letting it out? I developed a unique body of work called the endotype formula. My quiz, the endotype formula, was it and still is the foundation of everything that I get to do. It allows me to see that path forward for other coaches and their unique body of work because it gives me a filter to look through and understanding to be able to have. And do you know how long it took me to get comfortable saying I am the creator of the endotype formula? I would like to, I would say, I work with the endotype formula. And I had somebody that was like, no, you are the creator. You need to get comfortable saying that. Why? Because it was part of me letting that unique body of work out. It was part of me taking ownership of it. Why is that difficult? Let me tell you a little secret because it feels like you made it up. If your unique body of work includes some special coaching techniques or a unique way of looking at things or a unique perspective, a unique perspective, there's a part of you that might be a lot like me that feels like I am just making this up. Like, people believe what I'm saying, even though I made that all up. But like we talked about when we talked about big magic, and we talked about when an idea is ready to come along, it's ready to come out into the world. That's part of your unique body of work. This idea that you have, this thing that you do differently with all the tools, skills, life, superpowers that you have, it feels like you're making it up. And even though it works, and even though it's great, there's still a little bit of fear that you might be a fraud. What do we do with that? Next week, we are going to talk about that hesitation when it comes to your unique body of work. Join me. If you're seeing this podcast for the first time, hit that subscribe button so that you do not miss out on next week's episode because it is going to be fantastic and super motivational. It's time to light that fire, friend, and let it live.